Hello guys, the Dank here, and today I want to talk about the best Far Cry game ever made, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people will disagree, because the game I have in mind is Far Cry Primal, and I think a lot of Far Cry fans didn't really like the game that much for a long time, because it has its flaws. For example, it has very limited weapons. It's quite easy. You get attacked constantly by animals. You know, it has a lot of flaws, but for me personally, it's by far the best Far Cry game ever so far. Now, how did I get the idea to make a video about this? Well, I just bought a new PC, and with that PC came some free new games, and one of those games was the new Avatar game, which a lot of people have been comparing with Far Cry, and in my opinion is completely right. People have been saying that it's the successor to Far Cry Primal, and I agree. It's very similar in a lot of ways. It feels very Far Cry-like, but for me, the Avatar game didn't really click. I will continue to play it and will make a video about it probably, but it's somewhat a struggle for me to get through the game. While I just bought Far Cry Primal again. I already bought it once years ago when it released on PlayStation 4, but it's been a while since I played it, and now after playing Avatar, I wanted to play Far Cry Primal again. So I bought it again on Steam, and it's the first time me playing it on PC. And yeah, I'm not that far in the game yet. I think like 3 hours, 4 hours maybe. But yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. I'm hooked again. One thing I must say, the game is truly immersive when you boot it up. Graphics on Ultra, you know, the game is very believable, and it feels really immersive. But the only thing you do notice, the game is a few years old. It's still beautiful, but you do notice the graphics aren't that impressive anymore. But still, it's for me more than beautiful enough. Definitely the day and night cycle. At night it's really cool to see the animals run around and see those creepy eyes from predators in the night. But yeah, a lot of people have been I remember when this game first came out that a lot of people had some criticism about the game, that it's really basic, you don't have that much weapons, which makes sense since it's in the time period is 10,000 BC, so yeah, you get some clubs, bow and arrow, spears, and the combat is the most basic combat you've ever seen. It's more basic than the Elder Scrolls. So yeah, it hasn't that much depth, but I don't mind too much. For me, a single player game, the most important thing is that it's really immersive, that I can enjoy the story somewhat, that the world is believable, and that, in my opinion, Far Cry Primal does really well. And the reason I like this game above other Far Cry titles like Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 5 is because it's something different. They tried something different. They made your pets a really important part of the game, which actually I don't like too much. I'm not a big fan of pets in games like this, but yeah, here it's cool because there are all these prehistoric animals. Yeah, I'm somewhat a nerd for history. I really like these kind of things. The three factions you have here I also think are really cool. You get like your own faction, pretty much the basic prehistoric human. Then you got another faction that somewhat looks like the Neanderthals, and then the other faction is, I think, they are based on, I don't know, Aztec people from, I'm not sure actually. I didn't look anything up. I don't know what is based upon. This is just my interpretation of the game. So I'm not sure about that, but that's how it comes across to me. You get the more southern region where it's more well, sunny. You got crocodiles there, monkeys and stuff. Then in the northern region, you got more like mammoths and I don't know, bears. I don't know, and it's more snowy region. And you got the forest region where you somewhat start. But it's such an easy game to get into. You just boot it up. It's clear where all the quests are, what you have to do. The HUD is really clear. The crafting is really easy, and that's something that bothers me a lot in a new Avatar game. It's not clear at all. Like where you have to go for a quest is not clear at all. The crafting is, I don't know. I still don't get it really. Maybe it's simple. Maybe I'm just a little bit stupid, but I don't know. It doesn't click for me. And in this game, it's just so simple. It's such an easy game to pick up and get immersed in. And to me, that's amazing. To me, this game is the best thing Far Cry has done. It's really, a lot of people don't like the Far Cry games anymore because it's always the same, how do you call it, format, the same format with another filter over it. Let's call it like that. But it's, I don't know, I don't mind. I think they can still do amazing things with this format. For example, in my eyes, it would be incredibly awesome if they would make a Far Cry Jurassic Park game where you get guns. Well, it's just actually a basic Far Cry game where you got all different kinds of guns. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy or too steampunk, I don't know. The last Far Cry games I didn't really play because they went a little bit crazy, too crazy in my opinion. So for me the guns can be very basic. As well, you have to watch out for all the dinosaurs when you roam in the wilds. That would be really cool in my opinion. But yeah, if they ever will do it, I don't know. It's just my personal dream for a Far Cry game. But yeah, I just wanted to share you guys if you also like casual single player games, you're a fan of the open world aspect, you like history, and you're not too much of a fan right now of the new Avatar game, maybe Far Cry Primal is something for you if you haven't played it yet, or you want to pick it up again. In my opinion, it's an amazing game. You should have definitely played it once in your life. I believe you can get through it also quite fast if you want. But yeah, it depends on how much you focus on the story and the quests, or you just go around exploring, doing side quests. I like exploring in this game a lot, just running around, killing enemies, killing animals that roam around. It's just an impressive game, and also the environment is incredibly done. It's really beautiful. So yeah, I would recommend this game if you haven't played it yet. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.